Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Afif Jaffariz from KU2 English 4. So today I'm going to present the paper about the smoking impacts on daily basis of second year students of University of Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. And I have some words before starting the paper. So yeah, smoking brings nothing but diseases. So here we go. Up next to introduction. Yeah. Cigarettes have long been a global health problem around the world, according to data released by WHO as of January 2011. More than 1 billion people in the world consume tobacco, and the annual death rate reaches more than 5 million. Previous studies have shown that smoking can cause a variety of diseases, including stroke, tumors, and coronary heart disease. Smoking causes approximately 266,000 deaths each year, and approximately 45,000 deaths were caused by secondhand smoke exposure. And in Indonesia, among Indonesian adults over 50 years of age, the 33.8% use tobacco, including nearly two-thirds of men. With all of the consequences, yet there are still lots of smokers. The number of smokers keep increasing, particularly in college students. And then smoking not only affect body and health, but also affect other aspects like social and economy. Addictive smoking habits can cause smokers to develop selfishness, as seen from smoking in public places and open spaces. And then also the purchase of the cigarettes has impact on daily expenses. And also, smoking is not only detrimental to yourself because it has a negative impact on health, but also affects to the fulfillment of basic needs. However, despite the numerous researches regarding the effect, sorry, despite numerous research regarding the effect of smoking behavior on body and health, there is still little research on how smoking behavior have impacts on social life and economy. There is still little research focusing on smokers among college students and students age range, since this age group has a better physical and have much more energy than any other age groups. Thus, the study main focuses are on how smoking behavior taking impact on college students' daily life, not only on body and health, but also on their social and economic life. In this research, we are intrigued in the following question that guided our study. First, how does smoking behavior impact on body after deciding become a smoker? Second, how does the impacted body by smoking behavior cope with daily activities after become a smoker? And the last question, is there any changes on daily expenses after being a smoker? So, with the methodology, research method, this survey study was conducted during the 2021 and 2022 period of Muhammadiyah University of Yogyakarta. This study was conducted by medical students of Muhammadiyah University of Yogyakarta, and the goal of the study was to find out how smoking behaviors affect on someone's body well-being, and then while encourage them to come to realization about how bad smoking behaviors taking impacts on every aspect of life. In this study, data were collected through digital survey questionnaire by using Google Form service provided by Google. And for the participants of the research were 35 students of Muhammadiyah University of Yogyakarta in their second year. About the questionnaire, a validated questionnaire was adapted from a similar study conducted by University of Indonesia. The original research found out how smoking exacerbated the COVID-19 symptoms on smoker of COVID-19 suspect in 2020. But the procedures researcher researcher reached out to some participants that met the criteria. The questionnaire was distributed by using a link that was shared via chatting application. Indonesian language were used for the questionnaire in order to help participants easier to understand points of the questions and answer them easily. And then participants' responses to the questionnaire were scored according to their agreement, as either was scored with one or not with one. All the statistical data collection were performed using Google Form that majority of people can get to access it. And The data analysis from questionnaire were either being used directly or analyzed quantitatively using manual calculation. For the manual calculation, the data were analyzed by using Microsoft Excel. Next, the results. So this is the figure one. Figure one is about the statement smoking weakens someone's body. From this pie chart, we can see that majority of people agree with the statement with 53.8% of respondents agreed, while about the other disagreed. Next, the second figure, smoking result on someone's difficulty to cope with the daily activities. We can see from the pie chart, 76.9% of respondents agreed with the statement, while about 23.1% of respondents disagreed on the statement. And fun fact, not a fun fact, but true fact, the statement is connected with the earlier statement. So, by agreeing that smoking weakens one's body, that someone would have more difficulties to cope with daily activities with weakened body. So, yeah, there's the difference when you do the daily activities with the with health body and with the unhealthy body. That's that is why the second statement is connected with the first statement. And next, for the third figure, figure number three, smoking results on someone's daily life in terms of socializing with others. So this pie chart, we can see that 61.5% agreed with this, while the other disagreed. So earlier, I have told all of you the about smokers tend to have egoistic manner. Yeah, they smoke in public area where non-smoker also there too. When you are a smoker and you smoke around the non-smoker, you would make them into the passive smoker, and passive smoker is more dangerous than being the active smoker. Next, figure four. Figure four. Smoking results on someone's increasing daily expenses. So, 75% of respondents agreed with this, while the other respondents disagreed on the statement. In daily life, everyone surely spares money, right? To support their daily, and either they already plan or not about their spending. However, by being a smoker, they spend more money on cigarettes, thus the expenses increasing. That's why. And also, cigarette is not cheap. Cigarette is very expensive. And lastly, the figure five. Smoking results more negative effects than positive effects. So, almost 80% respondent agreed to this, or 79.4 respondents agreed to this, while the other disagreed. Eventually, the smokers felt the differences before and after being smokers, and the majority had the same page, and the majority were on the same page that smoking results more negative effects. So, yes, up next, the discussion. This study shows many of second-year students at Muhammadiyah University of Yogyakarta agree that smoking brings more negative effects than positive effects. Most of them agreed that after being a smoker, their body weakened. They also agreed after being a smoker, they have difficulties in coping daily activities. Then they agreed after being a smoker, they found some differences in socializing with others because they tend to be more egoistic. And lastly, they agreed about smoking behaviors making daily expenses increasing. However, they have doubts. Yeah, because eventually they already knew about the negative effect, but they still they are still a smoker. They still smoke. Yeah. Because in spite of they already know right about the negative effect of smoking, they still keep their bad behavior. So, the factors that may have anything to do with their smoking behaviors can be first, they still aren't ready enough to quit smoking. and second, they're still in fight with their behaviors, so they're still struggling to stop the smoking behaviors. And or third, they just don't mind the negative effects, they just ignore it. And the conclusion, in essence, albeit lots of smokers already knew the fact that smoking habits bring many negative effects more than positive effects, but they're still being smokers. There are factors that may keep their smoking habits, although they already know smoking only bring negative effects. So first, uh, that we that I already mentioned in discussion is, yeah, they're still struggling, and second, they are ready enough to quit smoking, and third, they just don't mind the negative effects. That is, and next, the study about the study. So the researcher having hopes that maybe the study can help smokers come to realizations that the negative effects of smoking habit are real. Respondents already know the negative effects of smoking from this study. Thus, the study was made with the hope that they who had already joined the study start to plan quitting from smoking behaviors. With this study being held, this study was also made with the hope as a good start for respondents to start their long way to stop smoking. And for the future research is definitely needed to find out why there are so many people choosing to become a smoker despite all of the bad impacts, and find a solution to help them to not choose that way. Thank you. That is all from me.